Ace games, of course, always ridiculously tense. Very, very exciting. And the pressure really mounts. It's the loser's bracket, so the loser of this has no third chance. It's elimination. It is the door. It is no qualification spot for IEM Toronto. For the winner, they just have to do it all over again in the next round. Spawning up to the top left-hand position, representing Rockhat, we've got the red Zerg player, HyuN. And his opponent down to the lower right, the blue Protoss, playing for Alien Invasion, none other than Patience. Patience was able to take a game in that last one. Went for a 2-base Blinkstalker style play, using a War Prism to drop some sentries into the main of HyuN, force field off the ramp, and just push through. He gained momentum, got a lot of units out, and HyuN just couldn't deal with it. He didn't see it coming, and it is the sort of build where you just need to see it. HyuN, though, game number 1 got very good. He got in an incredibly good position with that speedling all in. And game number 3, neither player committing too much. Patience hasn't yet thrown down a gate. I'm expecting that he will. Again, it's another map where it's a 2-player map for a start, and the ramp is pretty wide. Is this genuinely Patience going hatch Nexus first? No, it's not. Okay, there's the gateway coming down. HyuN, he's also gone spawning pool first, so he switched things up a little bit. He's going to be making sure that he is safe. A probe busy there, blocking at the moment. Going to see that it's not trying to come down, so goes back home, runs away to safety. Otherwise, Drone just going to start chipping away. Wants to get that natural down at some point. Drone comes back up in actually to scout for HyuN as well, so he sees that it is definitely a gateway expand. Nothing sneaky's going on. And yeah, this is all a normal game, I'd say, for the most part. Now, it's going to transition through nightlessly. Patience just takes a little peek. Make sure that nothing too crazy goes on. So, where do we go from here? Well, for the first time in this series, HyuN doesn't have access to Vespian early on. He does have a queen out sooner. He has a couple of things coming just to try and deny any pylons, any kind of scouting from probes and stuff. Otherwise, just getting some good scouts. Sees the natural on its way, and yeah, this is just such normal times. The 2 lings being out on this map are actually really important, by the way. And the reason they're so important is because there's many places where proxy stargates can be put. Like, literally so many. I'm just flicking around a couple of the potential places they can go, and they can be a really, really bad time for you. HyuN's going to want to make sure that there aren't probes out on the map. Check. He may actually check a couple of them. He may just come and float on in, see if he sees any tech. We'll see the double gases there, knows that it is something that could be coming down. Just generally any kind of proxies are a pain as a Zerg, so you want to be trying to deny them, even just the pylons to prevent the warpins. Otherwise, HyuN adding in a 3rd base now. He's just chilling along his normal path. He's doing everything that he'd like. Comes in, takes one little shot at the Nexus, and then just decides, nah, that's too big for me to kill. The probe also getting away quite safely. It's shield energy, buying a time, and the Zealot gonna save his life. Always a nice, happy Zealot saving probes. Right, so, tech. That's what we're waiting for from Patience. He's just started up his mothership core. What's he going to do with the next 150 gas? Sentry. Alright, so playing it nice and safe. No super fast tech or anything like that. Instead, just making sure he can get in a defensive position if needed. HyuN does have his 3rd base coming on through. Has this been seen by Patience? Yeah, it has. So, Patience knows that he's probably on the safe side. Going for the Stargate now. Following on from that sentry. Not hiding it. HyuN does get the scout, sees that Stargate very, very early on. And I'm actually quite surprised that... Okay, I was going to say, I'm surprised that the Overlord wasn't pulled back, but there we go. Is now pulled back. Regardless, there will be a sentry coming on through. The mothership core grants the high ground vision, so can deal with that. Oh wow, the sentry is actually cancelled. Alright. Interesting. Sentry cancel meant that the Stargate came down a little bit sooner, so got that going for him, but it gets scouted. HyuN's got that going for him. Lots of drones coming on through. Still no gases for HyuN. He's just taken them now. So, first, a little bit of Vespian trickling on in. It's going to be an Oracle coming down from Patience. What's the queen count like overall? 3 queens? That's fine. A queen beats an Oracle one-on-one. You need 2 Oracles to kill a queen. No, what am I on about? An Oracle beats a queen one-on-one. You need 2 queens to beat an Oracle. So, Spore Quarters will need to come down. HyuN probably going to be... Actually, no, you can see the Oracle from there. That's actually a really... Surprised that was put there. Okay, so HyuN can see that. He knows the Oracle coming through. Was that cancelled? No, it wasn't. It just popped out. As I panicked for a second. Spores Spores on the doors. No spores at the third base yet. Only the one queen there. Got to be a bit careful. But with spores coming down, a spore and a queen, Thrash is an oracle. The oracle will have to be very, very careful with what it does. Predominantly, you want to just keep the oracle alive. It's a quick unit. You can get scouting with it. You can come in, get a bit of damage, arch back out. As long as your shields regenerate up, you'll be fine. Generally, don't see big commitments at a high level of play with oracles. It's just dangerous to do. If the oracle dies without getting sort of the 6 to 8 work kills to make it generally worthwhile, you're going to be disappointed. A couple of kills already going through there. 4 kills on that oracle with only losing 1 shot from a queen's worth of health is really good for it. HyuN, of course, they're going to be able to replace those drones pronto, droning really heavily. Seeing the Stargate does actually mean you're relatively safe from a lot of other pressure. Also sees the third base. So seeing the Stargate, seeing the oracle attacking you, and then seeing a third coming down, well, that just screams at you, hey, my opponent isn't going to be able to push me for a while. That's just certain by the fact you see that third, apart from very, very rare cases. +1 is coming through for Patience. The head of the 1-1 from HyuN, but HyuN, of course, getting those double upgrades. Twilight Council coming through as well. That's going to allow +2. No real sign of tech off the back of this. Just 1 Void Ray. That's going to be Overlord hunting. Trying to find some damage that can be done there. HyuN only just half done on the lair, so Hydras aren't going to be there for a long, long time. The Void Ray and Oracle as a combo together could be quite interesting. Although that Void Ray has now been seen. 7 additional gates coming in. That takes us up to... Okay, not crazy. That only takes us up to 8 gateways. 10 gateways is easily supportable off of 3 bases. HyuN double expanding now. Going to lose one of them. Has to cancel that away. I don't think he can even bring queens over here. He's only got 4 queens in total. So that Void Ray is going to force a cancel here as well. That's frustrating. A couple of things streaming on by. Sees the Void Ray and says, well, you can't have much on the ground then. Just the 7 sentries, but also this photon cannon nicely secured. 4th base will eventually die once it finishes constructing, obviously. Queens coming over. Revelation being used at the moment by that oracle, but the queens will be able to kill off this Void Ray. This hatch has taken a substantial amount of damage. Like, huge. And of course, the other 4th has been forced to cancel. That hatch is going to need quite a bit of transfusing. Again, a double expand still coming down from HyuN. He restarted that one over to the right, so feeling very confident. On the other hand, Patience, he's also feeling confident as he starts moving forward. Couple of Zerglings coming on by. Wall-off is not completed. That allows the Lings through. They're going to get a good look at everything. They see 2 additional gateways coming in. That takes up to the 10 gates. 10 gates +2 and Blink. All spotted. This is a very, very scary all-in, especially without Hydralisks. Only Roaches and Lings to try and defend this. Aspire on its way through, but Aspire isn't going to be ideal here for HyuN. The meter count just won't be able to get high enough to really threaten this. Guardian Shields and Blink Stalkers spells bad times, especially the +2 attack. A lot of Roaches coming on by. HyuN loses that central base. Has still got the one over to the right just completing now, though. So he does still have those 4 hatches. Needs to buy himself time. The Roaches, if the number gets high enough, will be okay. The Lings in the main base of Patience have now been cleaned down and more Stalkers coming across. All of this buying time, though. HyuN has enough to get 10 Mutalisks out. He's just charging up on this. There's no force fields yet. Just heading through now. That's already a lot of energy. A couple of Guardian Shield coming down too. 2 Roaches going to be continuing on the pressure, but +2 done compared to the 1-1 melee of HyuN. So HyuN's Roaches, no attack upgrade on those. Do you just have the Oracle? Nice little bit of Revelation coming through there, or Envision coming through. Otherwise, Void Rays being produced, that's going to help massively against the Roaches. Immortals will be very helpful. Don't know if the Spire has been seen, actually. If the Spire's been seen, that could be really important. And where is the Spire? Where have I lost the Spire? Where is the Spire? Being blind. Okay, let's find it. There we go. 3rd base. And in answer to your question, no, it hasn't been seen. So, no idea that that's there at the moment. Mutalisks take down that Oracle. That reveals them. So, immediately, 2nd Stargate and Phoenix production begins. Luckily, the Void Ray is cancelled. Void Rays don't like Mutalisks at all. Still, though, HyuN gearing up for a big push in towards this 3rd. He's got a lot of units here. Force fields are good. Mothership Core, though, gonna get taken down. That is a substantial loss. A couple of sentries taking a few volleys of fire, trying to thin out the number of force fields available. A couple of Mutalisks died in the process there. 7 have gone down this game so far. Resources lost, favouring Patience, but Patience's 3rd base is now in a bit of a rough spot. The force fields are going to be very strong because it's Very good SimCity through here. There's little avenues the roaches can get through, and blocking that off would be very, very strong. Natural Base going to bear the brunt of this now. A couple of Phoenix are there, but the Mutalisks were right on top of them. Didn't actually focus them down, so they're going to get a good win. A couple of roaches now engaging down towards the south side. 2-0 up against 1-1 for the melee. No +1 missile attack. The roaches taking some damage in the natural base. The Lings able to achieve a bit more. The sentry count getting absolutely slaughtered here, and that is a very painful loss. Cybernetics core gonna go down as well. No more stalkers, no more sentries. That's painful until it's remade. However, there is an immortal there, taking a bit of a beating. With 2 Zealots, the immortal should just survive. Down to the third, the remainder of the roaches getting taken out. But in the main base, the Lings have been decimating the probe line. And that was the main aim. The fact that so many probes have died and HyuN is still up at 4 bases keeps HyuN a very happy player. The Lings, they killed off, well, 39 workers so far this game. It's now 69 to 40. A 29 worker lead at the moment. The Phoenix trying to kite away. Do you manage to survive? Pick off a couple more Mutalisks. So far, 19 Mutalisks have died this game. That's crazy. Still, Patience is alive. He's got +3 about to kick in. More Phoenix coming on through. But his probe count is very, very low. His income is really struggling on the whole. And that makes things rough. More Lings. More Mutas. And this is the game plan of HyuN. This is where he wanted to be. The roaches were an emergency measure. He wants Ling Muta. Doesn't want to get down. Any roaches, has no upgrades to benefit him. Has got +2 melee attack now as well. As the +1 flyer attack. So that gives him a lot of benefit in these trades. The Phoenix though can still, if microed well, deal with these Mutalisks pretty much all day. Take a couple of shots there. The Mutas trying to get the damage down as best they can. The Lings though preparing for an assault. There's a good number of Zealots. They've got +3, remember. 4 now come the Mutas. 4 come the Lings. The Lings coming from multiple angles. There's not many things, not many sentries to grab the force fields there. But the ones that do come down are very, very solid. A lot of these Zerglings caught. More probes being killed off though. And this is really not something the Patience would want. His Cybercore that he remade is also being attacked. If that falls again, it becomes very, very painful. Still no more sentries. And there's already only a very low number on the field at 4. It does go down. No more stalkers, no more sentries yet again. And that minimizes the amount of anti-air. There's the Phoenix. And they've got such a good hard work for them now. They've got to make sure that they're kiting effectively. Every time one goes down, it hurts so much to this Mutaflock. The control very, very good from HyuN, who goes for a couple more probes. Tries to engage into those Phoenix. Tries to pick them off, but this is looking bad now for Patience. Down to just 20 probes. Couple more Stalkers chipping away. +1 air armor coming through for the Mutas as well. The Stalker count slowly diminishing. The Phoenix also getting focused. Only 2 Phoenix remain, and one of those is critically damaged. Patience knows it. GG's out, and HyuN takes this series 2-1.